This is Almax Engine Rebuilders in Red Deer, Alberta. This is my shop. We're doing a 6.4 Hemi for S&M Diesel. This is our dirty old machine shop. We've been here for a little over 40 years. It used to be an Ackland's machine shop. It's been under this name for about 20. I've been running the show for just over 8 years. We've got 7 or 8 guys when everybody's here working in the shop. Welcome to our world, I guess. These are the pistons that are going into this block. 6.4 Hemi, getting a relatively aggressive performance build for a street machine. So piston to wall clearance, which is the distance from this skirt to the cylinder board, is what's very, very critical. So that's what we're checking out here. We set up our dial bore gauge, and that guy is set up on 1/1000th of an inch increments. It'll measure the hole. We can check the cylindricity, meaning how round it is. And then we're just cleaning this guy up because piston to wall clearance is basically dialed on this one. This is a standard bore engine. It's not getting rebore or going oversized. So this is just what's called a deglaze. So we use our final stones here, and they just basically reinstate the crosshatch back into the block. So we'll see that here in a minute after he has the gauge set up. So the oil flow in here is a honing oil, which is that's a substance that helps do 2 things. One is cool the block. It also helps the stones bite in and cut and leave a proper finish. So this machine uses this 14-inch fly arm with a CBN cutter, it's called, and that arm will spin quite quickly, and we can control the feed rate as well as how much we're cutting. So after he's got it set up, we'll get a nice shot of it cleaning itself up. The only other thing that we're changing on these guys is the springs. It's getting a big gnarly camshaft, and these stock springs are not tough enough to handle the amount of lift and RPM that this engine's going to see. So we have some more aggressive springs that we're going to install. So this is a pneumatic spring compressor. Use the slide hammer to break the springs loose, remove the keepers, move the spring and the spring retainer, and they are getting swapped out to a much shinier piece. And though they look identical, they have very, very different rates of compression. This is a much stiffer spring set up for the larger camshaft that we talked about earlier. So old springs go out. Now we're going to do a couple other things, but just for the sake of the video, I'll show you here. So we're going to probably change these valve stem seals here. We're also going to measure our installed height of this valve to make sure it's sitting where we want it. New spring goes on, old retainer goes on. Press the spring. Here and release. There you go. And that's the spring change.
Got our Hemi back from the machine shop. We're going to start by washing this block down, cleaning all the oil galleries out. We'll get some bearings in this thing, start taking some measurements, make sure we've got proper clearances everywhere, and then we'll start doing reassembly. Well, we want to get all the machining material out of this thing. Make sure all the oil galleries are clean so you don't contaminate lifters, bearings, things like that. Peace of mind so that I know it's all clean. Making a few trips here. These are our new forged pistons. So they'll handle the boost that we're gonna feed into this thing. So Logan's already gapped all these. We're just gonna double check them. All we're gonna do is check the gap here. We're gonna square those up with one of these pistons. We'll go with the feeler gauges and just give them a quick measure. Make sure they have enough gap for boost. First round looks really good. This is still stock bore engine, so 4.09 bore size, and we're sitting right around 24-25 thou ring clearance on top ring. So that's right around 6 and a bit per inch. So that works out right where we need to be for boost. And now we're going to measure the number 2 ring. We're going to flip this over, put some main bearings in, torque some caps up, measure main bearing clearance. 1, 2, 3.
And your hands don't look like you washed them with brake clean at all.
It's a skin condition that I have.
Dry as fuck.
Yeah, it's Alberta. Winter in Alberta.
This is what frostbite looks like for anyone down in the States, if you're wondering.
Installing some ARP main studs. They also come with ARP cross bolts. So it's going to help add some strength and rigidity down here in the bottom end. Then we're going to torque them up, grab the dowel bore and measure these bearings up, and then we'll move to the crankshaft and measure those journals and do some math.
Is this the most exciting part of the build?
No. This is the most tedious. We're going to measure these. So we set up the size on the crank. So now we're measuring the inside diameter of the bearings. They're all right at 2.5 thou smaller than what we set up at. We're just going to measure all the crank journals, make sure they all measure the same. If they do, that means we got 2.5 thou bearing clearance. Well, we're going to put some rod bearings in here and then measure up the ID of the rods. This is like the important process, right? You don't really want to rush this. Rush it, overlook something. You fuck this up. If you don't start good here, then your assembly, you maybe just forget it. We're going to measure rod bearing clearance. Basically the same as how we measured main clearance. We're going to put the bearings in, we're going to torque them up, and then measure with the dowel bore gauge. So we're going to torque it to 30 and then 60 degrees after. We got the crank all cleaned up. We're going to pull these main caps back off now that we've measured all our clearances. Measured all the rods over lunchtime. So we'll get the crank in there and then we'll start assembling piston and rod assemblies and start sliding them in. These are piston cooling nozzles. Just going to install them before we install the crank back in this thing. Only get one time for this. Well, we got all the bearing clearances checked. Rod's to crank and then crank to block, so that's all good. Crankshaft is now in, torqued up. We're gonna start assembling these pistons and rod assemblies, and then we'll start putting them in.
How does it feel to have the first one in?
Feels like it should have been in like hours ago. So we got the rotating assembly put in today. Pistons are all in, all the rods are in. Everything was, bearing clearances are all checked. Tomorrow we're gonna move on to camshaft, cylinder heads, front timing, and getting this thing sealed up.